Don't you just love packing up the car with a couple of coolers, a blanket, a pillow, a towel, an umbrella, a telescope, some cardboard boxes, a toboggan, maybe some painting equipment, anything under the sun? Hell, you even bring some pistachios, even though it's impossible to eat pistachios while you're driving, so you gotta have the passenger crack them open and feed them to you like you're on a little squirrel date. Well, as much as you love all that, stop, because the age of the road trip is over forever. If you don't believe me, then maybe you'll believe my friend Hector Tobar. He's an opinion writer for the New York Times who wrote an article about how the future of road tripping is quite grim. In the deck, he says that hitchhiking, bumming, and cross-country drives used to be safe and make us feel cool. Now, I'm not gonna lie, that line does not necessarily entice me to read this article. I mean, make us feel safe and cool. Bro, what? Oh my gosh, you got in a stranger's car and drove to Arizona? That's fucking so cool. Also, since when is safety cool? It sounds like my mom wrote this article. I'm generalizing, but this op-ed does seem to imply that making long drives was somehow like the coolest thing you could do. Like, alright guy, yeah, going from one place to another place is top of the line. 10 out of 10, would recommend driving from here to there. This guy is obsessed with being cool. I wonder if he wrote this while he was wearing sunglasses. But before I let you tell me that I can never make a 3-hour drive ever again, let me dive into this and see how you're gonna back up this claim, Mr. Tobar.
Ah, shit. Here we go again. Ah, shit.
Alright, now before we get started, let me know in the comments, what's the longest drive you've ever made? And did you bring pistachios? Also, make sure to subscribe. I make a lot of videos like this. I like to have discussions, unless you're going to tell me I'm wrong, because get out. Wait, hold up, I just noticed this super symbolic image under the title. It's a hitchhiker getting splashed with puddle water by a truck that has an American flag on the back. Oh boy, symbolism. Okay, so anyway, we're in Los Angeles reading a book from a guy with a name that's hard to pronounce. Got it. He mentions how cheap travel used to be called road bumming, but now we call it backpacking. Great, got it. Classic case of explaining what words are. After Tobar explains what kind of travel he wants to talk about, then he brings in the whoopah.
You just drop in and just smack the lip. Whoopah!
He jumps right in there with, then the Great Pandemic hit. Whoa. First of all, I've yet to hear it be called the Great Pandemic, but maybe this guy's onto something here. Basically, his point in bringing this up is to show that because of the coronavirus pandemic, things have shut down. I mean, according to this guy, Hawaii officially rescinded the Aloha Spirit. How does one officially rescind the Aloha Spirit? Well, come on, bro. Was Hawaii just like, alright, that's enough.
Alright, that's it!
Cut your hair, no more cool tattoos, get the fuck off that surfboard. This is an Aloha-free zone. That lifestyle is over. Now, as much as I joke, Tobar is onto something here. These places with specific identities have had to almost move away from the things that make them unique. Take New York City, for example. The hustle and bustle has come down to more of like a rustle and shushle. The rats and the pigeons can't even share a slice of pizza anymore. Here's Tobar's big worry though, it's almost the summer travel season. Oh no. Okay, obviously he cares about the bigger picture, but it's kind of funny that it seems like all he cares about is people not being able to get tan. In his eyes, people canceling camping trips and cruises is like a death sentence onto our expression of national character. He goes on to back up this national character statement with a couple references like the Oregon Trail and Huckleberry Finn and Into the Wild. I don't know if bringing up the Oregon Trail is really a way to get me to vibe with interstate travel. I'd rather just stay home and not die of dysentery. Honestly, I'd rather just stay home and play the Oregon Trail computer game. That shit was hype. Also, Huckleberry Finn was a story of exploration for a 13-year-old boy with limited teeth and rolled up overalls. Might not hit every demographic with that one. By the way, isn't Into the Wild that Jeremy Renner song? Hey, Jeremy, love ya, but we don't need another Imagine Dragons copycat. Okay, I don't even know if we needed the first Imagine Dragons, to be honest. Although they do have some chant songs that would make for a good road trip playlist. Okay, nice smooth transition back into the article. So Tobar goes on to say that a lot of people could be considered the American king of the road, but wait, hold the fuck up. That is absolutely a line in a Jeremy Renner song.
I'm the king of the road.
I really didn't think I'd be talking about Jeremy Renner that much today. I have to get back to this op-ed. Hawkeye memes aside, this article goes into explaining this whole American road trip thing by looking at one guy. Joe Sanderson was this guy that hopped around the world in the 60s, 70s, and 80s and sort of serves as like a case study for this argument. I guess one time he hitchhiked 1,300 miles from Illinois to Miami Beach when he was 21, and obviously it was all free, so that's dope. Imagine going the other way though, from Miami Beach to Illinois, 1,300 miles, just riding in a stranger's vehicle. That shit better be free. But the truth is, and Tobar points this out, people don't pick up hitchhikers anymore. It's just not a thing, and it's been not a thing way before the COVID-19 pandemic. This Joe Sanderson guy, which, hey, by the way, who let this dude have the dullest name ever? Joe Sanderson? It sounds like he should own a drywall business. No disrespect to drywall, it just seems like a pretty boring business venture to me. Anyway, this guy was thumbing his way all throughout the Middle East in the 60s. But now people don't want to have a stranger in their car like that. What? And honestly, can you blame them? It's not the most appetizing social interaction to be stuck in a car with nowhere to go with a stranger you just met from the side of the road. What good relationships come with something on the side of the road? I'll give you a hint. None. So Tobar poses this very potent question. Will the roads ever be that open again, I wonder? Hey dog, I thought this was supposed to be an opinion piece. Why are you asking me questions? Now, obviously the pandemic made traveling a lot harder, but it's not on the hitchhiking side of things. That's been gone for a while. What he argues is that it's more of a wrench in the system. Figurative and literal roadblocks that stop people from traveling and going where they want to go. To Tobar, the golden age of American road bumming is long over, and now that gap is narrowing even more. Which I agree with and disagree with. Honestly, I feel like this article kind of hops all over the place. He constantly mentions how this golden age has been over, but also dances around how the COVID-19 pandemic has impacted it. I kind of feel like it's one or the other, but I do see what he's saying. Either way, he continues on with Joe Sanderson and all his escapades, which I gotta say, for somebody with that boring of a name, he did a lot of crazy shit. I guess at one point he was in El Salvador with an M16. If you're mouthing what the fuck right now, then hey dog, I'm right there with you. So when I say this article is all over the place, I mean it's like our guy Joe Sanderson here, fucking all over the place. I'm sorry it took me almost a whole article to make a good joke, but honestly, that one was worth it. You needed the context. Anyway, I guess you just shouldn't road trip anymore, even though it seems like a pretty safe way to travel if you're going to. Hector, I'm confused, bro. I don't know what to tell the people. Maybe he's trying to say that we should pick up hitchhikers again. Wait, I get it now. I think Hector Tobar's car broke down somewhere, and he wrote this article to convince people to pick up hitchhikers again so he can get a ride. I cracked the code. Oh, and if you're wondering what happened with Mr. Machine Gun Joe Sanderson, I guess he wrote to his mom and told her to bake a cherry pie and then said all is well from El Salvador and that he's coming home soon. I can't imagine writing all is well, smiley face, while having a machine gun hanging off your shoulder, but whatever. Anyway, let's get out there and stick those thumbs up. It's hitchhiking time. And if you're too afraid to go outside, then virtually hitchhike and hit that thumbs up on this video. I am so clever. Peace. Oh, thanks.